Hey there everybody, welcome to another episode of Bird Spike. Just a quick video today. I need to put the skid plate on my Triumph Bonneville to get it ready for some dirt. Got the R&G Racing skid plate for air-cooled Bonnevilles, and it's usually a direct fit, but because I have my crash guards, that's where they hook up to, so we're gonna have to trim off some material. Don't really have the tools for that kind of stuff, so I'm gonna meet my friend Jared and we're gonna work on it at his place. All right, let's jump into it. Here we are, we're gonna get the shadow off the lift and get the Bonnie up there. Oh, this Heritage might be for sale soon. Let me know if you're interested. She looks pretty good as is. Let's see what she looks like with the skid plate on. We are at J.White's garage. If you don't have crash bars, it's a pretty straightforward bolt plug and play, but I have crash bars on here and I want my cake and eat it too. Alright, put the Velcro strips on. Normally you'd put a couple strips here, but we're going to be cutting these pretty much flush and then making a little bit of a channel here to accommodate for the bars. I'm going to leave these strips off for last. Okay, so on the Bonneville T100 you have these bolts that are just exposed right there. However, the pipe is in the way, and to actually do this correctly you have to basically loosen or take off your exhaust system. We're not going to do that. Talking to YouTube. How's that looking? Alright, so after some cutting and finagling, we finally got it on there. We kind of modified it a little bit. We ended up cutting up the tail section just to make it easier to get on and off whenever you're doing an oil change or anything like that. And we just opted for some zip ties and the 4 bolts on the front. Yeah, I had to remount the 2 bottom holes to get it to sit right, but yeah, got it in there, and so now I got some protection off-road if I choose to go. We have to remount the 2 bottom holes here. Just make them a size bigger so there's some wiggle room for the bolts. Got those back in. And then we ended up just cutting the back end off here. There's a bolt that goes through, but then to get it off, you end up having to take off the exhaust every time or finagle the whole thing under there and snake it under there. So we just opted for some zip ties on either side. Just drilled some holes here. That's not going anywhere. So we thought about cutting it short just to have a short skid plate, but you still would have to take the skid plate off to get to the oil filter because it would kind of just interfere with it. So we decided to just cut the back end off there, and just so we can have that some of that protection from some rocks and stuff. There's a little bit of play there, and yeah, looks like it's gonna work out really good. The only thing I don't like about this skid plate is I wish when they designed it, it would have not sat flush to the frame. I know a lot of bikes do that, but I like the kind where it literally has maybe like a quarter inch gap or an eighth of an inch gap between the skid plate and the frame. Therefore, when you take a hit, there's a little bit of give on the skid plate. But I'm not really, I mean, even if I had an off-road vehicle, I wouldn't really be taking it on crawling over rocks or anything like that. It's mainly just to prevent debris from kicking up and hitting the bottom of the skid plate. So if you're planning on modifying your bike or doing anything like that, just set aside like tons more time than you think you need. We thought we were going to be out of here in an hour, and it's like 2.5, almost 3 hours now. So just set some extra time aside so you can get everything you need to done and do it well instead of rushing through a project. All right, everybody, thanks so much for tuning in. This is Bert's Bike. Please like and subscribe, leave a comment below, and I'll catch you on the next one.